Welcome to CHF Informations. Did you know who committed the first murder on earth? Keep watching as we explain the story. Muslims believe that Hābīl as Abel and Qābīl as Cain were the first two sons of Adam and Hawaऽ as Eve, mentioned in the Quran and Bible. Cain was born alongside his twin sister, Aklimah, and Abel was born alongside his twin sister Lucia. God commanded, or permitted, Adam to marry Cain with the less attractive Lucia and Abel with the beautiful Aklimah. When Adam was about to marry them, Cain protested and disobeyed, claiming his wife to be was the less attractive while his brother's wife to be was beautiful. According to Allah's revelations, Adam ordered both his sons to sacrifice. Whoever received the acceptance of his sacrifice then was entitled to marry Aklimah. The events of the story in the Quran are nearly identical to the Hebrew Bible narrative. Both brothers were asked to offer individual sacrifices to God. God accepted Abel's sacrifice but rejected Cain's. Cain slew Abel out of jealousy, the first case of murder committed on earth. Cain was Adam's firstborn son, while Abel was his younger brother. Each of them offered a sacrifice to God, but only Abel's was accepted because of his righteous attitude as well as his faith and firm belief in God. Cain, the wicked sibling, taunted Abel after they had offered their sacrifices, telling him that he would surely slay him. Abel correctly warned Cain that God would only accept the sacrifice of those who were righteous in their actions. He went on to tell Cain that if Cain did try to kill him, Abel would not retaliate by killing him because the God-fearing would never murder for the sake of envy. Abel then told Cain that by murdering him, he would bear the weight not only of his own sin but also of his victim's sins. As a result of suffering the injustice, the victim would be forgiven his own sins, while the murderer, while warned, would increase his own sin. Abel preached forcefully, reminding Cain that the punishment for murder would be to spend eternity in the fires of hell. Cain was full of arrogance, pride, and jealousy, so Abel's innocent pleading and preaching had no effect on him. He then slew the righteous Abel, but in doing so, he ruined himself and became one of the lost. This would be the first instance of a righteous man being murdered on the planet. Many other evildoers would slay the wise and pious believers in the future. Following the murder, Allah sent a crow to search the ground to show Cain how to conceal his brother's disgrace. Cain's shame caused him to curse himself, and he became filled with guilt. The murderer finally considered the crime, realizing how terrible it was to kill anyone, especially when the victim was an innocent and righteous man. Cain was filled with regrets and deep sorrow. The Quran states, "And he became of the regretful." Chapter 5, verse 31. According to the Quran, the story of Cain and Abel was a message for mankind because it taught them about the consequences of murder and how killing a soul was equivalent to killing all of humanity. However, the Quran states that people continued to reject the story's message and commit grave sins, such as slaying prophets and other righteous people. Since Adam's time, every prophet who preached has been persecuted, insulted, or reviled in some way. The Quran, on the other hand, says that people went one step further with some righteous men, attempting or even killing them. It says nothing about the slaying of the righteous. As to those who deny the signs of God and in defiance of right, slay the prophets, and slay those who teach just dealing with mankind, announce to them a grievous penalty. That's all we have for now. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos.